Some of these men are so lost that they are hurting the women that God sent to heal them. I used to pray over the men that I dated so much. I used to, ask God to give them the life that they wanted and give me a life with them. And for years I did that. And then one day I just was like, I'm never praying for men again. I stopped asking God to send me a man. I stopped asking God to send me the man that I wanted. I stopped asking God to send me the man that he wanted for me.
Welcome to the S.Banks&JD Network podcast. I'm your host, S.Banks, and I'm joined by my co-host,
JD.
And what are we talking about today?
Woman blames God for her mistakes in men. Imagine that.
That's a very bold statement.
It is,
So,
but they'll understand soon enough.
yeah, we have 3 clips for you today. And yeah, would you consider yourself a religious person? Spiritual, whatever.
Yeah,
So you're a religious person, right?
spiritual.
So if God has sent you a man
Mm-hmm.
and you can't get the thing right, the obvious thing would be the problem is you.
Yes, it would be.
I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but I'm just, kind of just putting it out there just to provide you with some context. But I don't want to waste any more time. Let's jump in and play clip number 1 so you can kind of see where we're coming from. So without further delay, here's clip number 1.
Some of these men are so lost that they are hurting the women that God sent to heal them. I used to pray over the men that I dated so much. I used to, ask God to give them the life that they wanted and give me a life with them. And for years I did that. And then one day I just was like, I'm never praying for men again. I stopped asking God to send me a man. I stopped asking God to send me the man that I wanted. I stopped asking God to send me the man that he wanted for me because it never came. I prayed for God to make me be right. So when I do meet the right guy, my life would be great. I stopped praying for that. I didn't stop believing in a higher power simply because it seemed like my prayers were unanswered. And at some point, I had to just accept that the answer was no. I just started asking for stuff like the greatest good, or I just flowed with the way things flowed. I had to accept the fact that that's just not what's going to happen for me. At some point, I had to just let it go. Now, it doesn't mean that it's not going to come, but honestly, my intuition is telling me that it isn't. When me and my son's father broke up in 2017, I knew it was it. Like, my intuition was like, this is your last relationship right here. God knows how I love to take care of people. And so God was like, okay, you want a man to take care of? Here, have a son. So it's a wrap, God got jokes. God got jokes. Like, I'm my son's first love, so I have to teach my son how to treat women and how to be kind and how to find the right woman to marry and how to have a decent character. But I honestly feel like I've always felt comfortable not being in a relationship because anytime I would get in a relationship, I would be under so much stress. I was just like, you know what? This might be a good thing for me. So my suggestion to ladies is pray for the greatest good and pray for you to be able to handle whatever the universe has for you. That way you won't be miserable when you don't get the things that you pray for sometimes. The material things, the relationships, the money, the success, the career, whatever it is that you're praying to God for, don't pray for that. I personally think people can manifest anything. But if your manifestation doesn't come fast enough or when you thought you could have it, don't be disappointed. Understand that the universe knows something, and it's trying to give you something better that's suitable for you. And sometimes you thinking you want something and then you get it and you get buyer's remorse. So the universe just knows something you don't know. Pray that the universe tells you what you don't know. Like, if you really are like, why I'm not getting this thing, ask the universe to tell you why. And then you'll be like, oh.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Mm.
I'll let you start. What's your thoughts?
I guess my first question would be, why do so many women believe that just by praying and manifesting for something, then it's automatically going to happen? Well, I could have swore that God said he will help those who help themselves. Not just by praying, you have to do the work too. So if you're lazy and you don't want to do the work, how are you going to get anything that you want?
True. Let's say this, right? So in the black community, once upon a time, the church used to hold people accountable. That's something that they did. It's a dope thing. It's amazing. Now, as time has gone on, they tell the single mothers, the women that make poor choices in life, that have multiple men, the list goes on, right? They say to those women, sit up at the front. They say, you want a man, you want certain things in life, pray for it. But then she said manifestation. So basically, faith without the work.
Yeah.
So the man that you want is going to fall on your lap when you're ready. So in one breath, she says this. She contradicts herself. So she says, I prayed to God for a man. But then the man that God sent you was inadequate. But hold up. So you're saying the Most High can't get the thing right. So the problem is not you. The problem is the Most High, the Almighty. Wow, that's powerful. That's powerful. And for me, last thing I say on that point is this: that's why a lot of men today opt out from being a part of the church, particularly because religion used to be a thing where it held people accountable. There was balance. There was a structure, system, order, structure, right? But nowadays, it's more pandering, particularly to black women, and they send around the collection dish. You got women that will put more money in that collection dish than give it to their own kids. Stop me if I'm wrong. And I know I might rub a lot of people the wrong way by saying that, but the churches in our community today are problems.
They are.
It's not like they once was. You got the Derek Jacksons, you got pastors cheating on their wives, and then to get forgiveness, buying them a Lamborghini. People know who I'm talking
Who's
about.
that? Toby.
I don't know his name. Not
Can't
Toby. No, it's not
remember the
Toby.
name.
But the fat one, the chubby one, right? Oh, am I allowed to say that? Oh, it's a man, so it's okay. But anyways, I'm saying this. So they'll say, "Oh, the church is breaking. This part's breaking. The ceiling's falling off. Blah blah." People know what I'm talking about. I don't want to digress, right? I'm just saying, like, look. At the end of the day, if the Most High, whoever you pray to, has sent you the man of your dreams, the man he believes you qualify for, the man that is good for you, and you can't get the thing right, the question now remains: the problem is you. It's you. What's your thoughts?
They don't want to hear that. They do not want to hear that at all. She mentioned that in regards to her baby father, right? That she could feel within her soul and her spirit. She didn't use those words, but she believes that he would be the last relationship she'll have. So then my question is this: if you know that to be true, you knew that to be true, then why did you leave him? So you knew that this is the last person God's going to hand you.
Yeah.
And that's it. You're not going to get no other man after this man.
Yeah.
Why would you leave him?
Because women think today, through like dating sites and the army of simps, that they have, an unlimited supply of options. But the thing is this: they say, "Oh, he's my soulmate." So if he's just soulmate, how come you went through about 100 man before getting to this guy? So guy number 101, he's now your soulmate. You wouldn't have gone through those 100 guys. Oh, body count don't matter. I'm
No,
just stating the obvious.
but she's the one that said it though. I believe I will not get a man after this, and you still left him anyway. I think that was
So
stupid.
you're a
But
single mother,
mhm,
and we all know if you're 10 out of 10, as in looks, and now you're a single mother, best believe that's knocking off a couple of marks.
mhm,
Which man, and most women want a certain kind of men, hence why there's this whole thing about high value man. It's not something that let's say Kevin Samuels made up. It's just something he just was kind of bringing attention to.
mhm.
Now, for me, I'd say the black communita, has problems with the truth. Hence why that's the reason why the black community is on life support. And in my opinion, they done turned off the machine. Can you save it? People put in the comments, what's your thoughts on it? It is what it is. But when you have someone like Kevin Samuels trying to wake people up and saying, yo, I still believe in the black community. I believe that black people, should still get married, helping those people. And you got women rejoicing in his death. But then when some rapper that caused the problems, some person that says all those negative stuff is in a situation or dies, RIP. How are we going to win? They already done turned off the machine long time ago.
We're not gonna win with that sort of mentality.
Yeah.
No, it's just not going to happen. To be honest with you, I don't think from how things are looking, and the older I get and the more stuff I see, I don't see it happening. Honestly, I wish it would.
What don't you see happening exactly?
I don't see like us all coming back together and to change the mentality that lots of people have. And I just don't see it happening, unfortunately. I would like it to. It would be great if it did, but I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. The division between black men and black women right now, terrible.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't see the real war is not between it's not a gender war, but they'll get it in time. I don't want to go too much into that, right? But for me, women like this, and I'm not just saying black women, modern women, women in general, right? They complain about the F-boy, but they're sitting at the F-boy terminal waiting for the F-boys to fly in and fly out. Sign me up. But you could check out with a good guy. You don't choose to do that. Women are the gateway to bedroom fun. Men are the gateway to relationships.
Yep.
There's a saying, the women choose you. No, the men choose you because you want the relationship. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
People might say the women choose you to make themselves feel comfortable, but men generally don't want relationships. They may want to have lineage and have children, but they don't want a relationship. The relationship benefits you, and especially in today's society, what do men get from relationships? Women benefit. I'm just saying. So I just want to highlight that point as well.
Do women ever consider the fact that maybe you're just a bad apple picker?
Women don't consider those things because women, a female's nature is selfish, is how she feels in the moment. So she's not going to consider logic.
No. But you wonder why you can't get the thing right. Because they don't want to take any form of accountability.
Yeah.
Now, this lady is like, stop blaming other people, or in her case, higher power, because she's blaming God.
The Most High.
For her wrongdoing. Exactly, for her wrongdoing. You made the decisions. You made the decisions for whatever reason you made it for, right? It's to leave the men you're with. And
you left.
Exactly.
Men are not leaving. You are. But women are leaving.
That's the reason why you're in your problem now.
You have more divorce than you have marriages. Who is the one leaving?
The woman.
Men will take a lot of BS, but they will still stay. You leave. Why? Oh, because I'm unhappy.
Yeah, bored or whatever else.
Where do they learn this behavior from? So, okay, cool. They must learn it from their elders or through their community, their environment.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, right? My thing is this, right? The hyenas, the hyena. You ever heard of the term Karens? Those are those annoying white women, right? But you have black Karens too, which
Mm-hmm.
are the supremacy, right? The KKK. Those hyenas are like the KKK. It's just that they're in black form,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they're the ones that is the gynocracy, and they're the ones that make poor decisions in life, unruly, do what they want to do, and then after they want to complain later on,
Mm-hmm.
and then they want to indoctrinate other young women to end up just like them. They
Yeah.
want to radicalize those women to be bitter, mean old women just like them, to
Mm-hmm.
help you to make poor decisions by advising you wrong.
Selfish. So
Who's the real
selfish.
enemy? See, they say, oh, you should watch out for the white supremacy on blah, blah, blah. But it's my own I got to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
That's very true.
Just saying. I'm just saying. What else do you want to add before we move to the next clip?
I'll just say to women, you need to just start taking accountability for your actions. Stop blaming other people for your wrongdoings. You're the one that made the decision. You're the one that done it. So take accountability. Say, do you know what? It was my mistake, my bad. It was me.
You're
What's
right.
so hard in saying that? It was me.
You're right.
I was wrong.
If women are selfish, if that's their nature to be selfish, then they're not going to take accountability, because if she's blaming God for the
Mhm.
mistake, you're right.
Well, the ones that do take accountability, things tend to work out better for them because they're open to say, I was wrong in that situation. I'm not going to do it again. This is the things that I need to change and blah, blah, blah.
They're a boss B. They're Miss Independent. As weight gone up, marriage gone down. They say, okay, they do things for men, but they do it really and truly for each other. The rest of the world do things to maintain men, to retain men after the smash. They say, I'm independent. I don't need no man. What I need him for? He can impregnate me. Listen, there's a lot of issues going on. I'm just highlighting a few things. People put in the comments if you disagree. That's my final thought on that. I don't know if you add anything before we jump to the next clip.
No, we can jump to clip 2.
Okay, cool. With that said, let's move to clip number 2, and we're going to have a conversation. Anyways, here's clip number 2.
Okay, Allie, show me your ring.
Oh, here.
Now, tell me what you do for a living.
Oh, I love my husband.
And how did you get that awesome job?
Well, I became a better human being, and I became feminine and also shocking, submissive. So that was the secret.
So, what are your tips to women that want to be a housewife?
To embrace it. It's an actual job. You just can't get it in the public or private sector. Like, you need a man to hire you for it, but that's okay. Because if you think about it, you submit to your boss who makes you clean stupid shelves at your retail job, right? Like, wouldn't it be better if you were cleaning your own shelves at home? You know what I mean? And your boss wants to sleep with you in a good way. In a good way.
And where do you meet these men?
Well, I think women should work for the men that they want to pursue. I know that sounds crazy, but it's really easy. So if you think about it, like, you want a lawyer, right? So then you should be a paralegal, or if you want a dentist, then you should be a dental hygienist. But these are considered, I guess, high value status professions. But I think that's a really good model that not enough women utilize, because women will bully the woman who is the secretary that married the doctor, okay? But who has the last laugh? Like, her in her McMansion with her husband who's hot and the babies. Like, that's who has the last laugh. So.
Okay, end of that clip. Now, this video went viral. Let me give you a little bit of backstory. Now, this woman was on Kevin Samuel's show, and she was saying previously that, oh, I'm with a high value man, but he wants to have children, right? But he wants to have children without the ring. So Kevin Samuels, long story short, I'm paraphrasing, he pretty much said to her, listen, if you have that child out of wedlock, you ain't never going to get that ring. So he gave her some free game in how to move. So fast forward a little bit, she applied those simple techniques and those words and said, I need to fix up. Did that. Now she got the ring. That video went viral because she said, the girl asked her, what do you do for a living? Oh, loving my man. And it makes so much sense because my man can hire me. I can work for him. I get to do my own thing, clean my own thing instead of cleaning someone else's ish and building their life up so they can go live their cushy life with their family. She gets it. Modern women were shocked. They was like, what's she talking about? All of them single.
Mm-hmm.
Where the ring? Oh, he proposed to you. Where? In some hotel room, right? In some room. Did you do it publicly?
At least she understands the assignment. She understood it. That's why she got the outcomes that she got. What is the secret of becoming a wife? Well, she said some of them already. Be submissive, be feminine, loving, caring, nurturing, peaceful, and all the rest of it. That's just what you got to do. She made slight changes that she, first of all, I'm sure she had to take accountability and say, okay, cool. This is, there's certain things that I need to work on because maybe her fiance at the time wasn't happy, right? So it's like, okay, cool. I need to work on such and such and such before I can get this ring. So she done the work and the outcome is her getting married.
Instead of complaining and saying, God's the problem.
Or making excuses.
Exactly. So she did what she needed to do in order to get the outcome that she wanted. Now I'll ask this question. Ladies, put in the comments, do you agree with her? Or is she just a pick-me, which most people say? Fellas, I'm going to ask you, but I know men is going to say, yeah. If my woman said, oh, what she does for it, if she was asked what she does for a living, oh, loving my husband, I'm devoted to him, yada, yada, yada. Men are going to say, sign me up, because men still want relationships. They're not saying no to them, but the tune in the background, a pretty face and bad character, that's what we're used to. So then why am I sign up for who? Nah, man.
It's a question, guys. Put in the comments what you think.
So put in the comments, what do you think? What else do you want to add?
Well, a man chooses who gets married. Sure. Well,
who's in a relationship with,
exactly. He chooses a woman that fits. Basically, he chooses a woman that's right for the job.
Exactly.
So just like she mentioned, when you go to work, you have to submit to your manager, to, the boss, person that owns that shop, your boss. And here's the question though. Are you good enough to be hired for that job?
No. A lot of them are not. Some are, some ain't. They are on their high horse now because they say, I've got options of men that want to smash, or they believe that those men that want to smash them, they want long-term commitment. And that's usually not the case, right? As I said before, from the last clip, women today are independent, boss chicks, yada, yada, yada. But are you getting the outcomes that you want, right?
Exactly.
Now, you can't have two captains on a ship. One has to be the head, one has to be the neck. It just, you work out how it works best for you. But the man must lead. That's my fault.
Yeah.
What do you want to add?
Well, going back to the job situation again, if you do not submit to that job, so the role that you've been given, what tends to happen if you don't do what you're supposed to do within that job? What do you think happens?
They don't get picked.
You get fired is what happens.
You get fired, or they'll just keep you on, i.e. they'll just do what they're doing with you, bedroom fun, but you never elevate past that. That's what will happen. A job will fire you because they ain't going to spend no more money with you. But a man will say, well, I can get my leg over here and there, man. But I think today, women don't actually know what they want. I'd say that generally, women don't know what they want. They have to be shown what they want. But the men that they say they want, they don't even know what those men want, right? So I want to briefly talk about I want to put this to black men. Black men, save yourself. Now, we're shamed for dating out, dating different cultures. Even if, like, say for example, we're British. So if I don't want to date British Western women, I might say, okay, let me go to the deepest parts of Africa or a cultured place where the matriarch is not dominant there. I might say that will work best for me.
Mhm.
I can't deal with Western women. So maybe men today need to grab their passports. I'll touch on that later after I play the last clip,
Mhm.
so you can see why I say this. But what else do you want to add before we jump to the next thing?
Okay, just one more thing
Yeah.
to the ladies who don't want to submit. This is the question: what is the problem with submission? I'd like you to put it in the comments because I want to know what some of you ladies, what your reasons are
Okay.
as to why you do not want to submit. What are the reasons? So put in the comments what your reasons are, and don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to the channel.
Mm-hmm. Okay. In that being said, let's play the last clip. I've heard it before, but we have to do it. Anyways, here's clip number 3.
Make it make sense. Clarification within my life, and I have, social medias, and sometimes 80% I like to show my ass. I love to show my ass. I love to show my titties because I love my body. So I will encounter men that basically will fall in love with my body first, and my mind never. And I find it so crazy because I have these arguments or debates, as you will, with males or men that are my friends, and they was like, well, if you want to attract better, show better. Don't always show your ass. Like, if you presented yourself better, maybe you would have better. And this is my problem with that argument. So you're telling me if I present a piece of me on a piece of a platform, that's all I am? That doesn't make any sense. So you're saying to me that I have to present myself in a way so I can attract intelligent men, but I can't be the other side of me? I have to literally dumb myself down in the physical essence so I can be shown or presented as something mentally there? Why are you that stupid?
Okay. When I first started doing or jumping into this space, I'll say this. Men, work on yourself. If the women that you want, if they're not on board, just leave them. Let them do what they do. Now, you can't make a first impression twice. You dress how you want to be addressed.
Thank you.
You act how you want people to treat you. You act accordingly. She's saying, don't get me wrong, I hear where I believe she thinks she's trying to go, what she's rationalizing, right? So she's saying men are visual.
Mm-hmm.
We see the physicality first. The prettier you are, you can open certain kind of doors, right? But then if you're leading like that, I only see you for one thing. Now, what's the difference between sassy and sexy, classy, and that girl dressing promiscuous? If you do that, I believe I fancy my chances.
Not classy and nasty.
Okay, if you can,
This is something that rhymed.
but you can be classy
Mm-hmm.
out in public. Everyone sees you being classy. You could be nasty with me.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is this: if every man that sees you being nasty, they believe that I'm wifing. Come on. You can't make a first impression twice. You want men to view you for what's inside. I don't walk around with an X-ray machine. I don't know what's inside you. I only know show and tell. Now, they say this: you can't read a book by its cover.
Mm-hmm.
But when I see the cover and I turn the book over, I don't see the cover anymore. But that's a book. We're talking about a human being.
Mhm.
It's different. What's your thoughts?
You said most of it, to be honest. And it's like, that is the problem with women today. They don't see the problem with showing their ass to the world, but then expect a man to come and sweep them off their feet. Like, what man is going to do that? Only the desperate guys that can't get no girl would possibly do that.
Yeah.
But you show what your worth was. That is kind of like a little less than enough. Look, when you have your body out there on show 24/7, and men can access this 24/7.
Okay, but say they can't access it 24/7, right? But they believe based on your actions that they can. That's a problem.
Yes, that's a problem too. I agree. But she's saying she's on all the socials, so then they can
For what?
access attention. We know that, but she is saying she's on all the socials, so then men can access your socials, because I'm sure it's not on private, it's on public. They can access that 24/7.
But they believe they can access a little bit more.
Of course they can, because now they view you like that. They view you just like you said. How you dress is how you'll be addressed. You want a man what to show you respect or not
Yeah.
treat you a certain way. Please, come on. His not listen. Even women that see other women that dress promiscuously and they don't think in that way, they're thinking the same thing. It's like,
But
oh,
the thing is this. Women might see it, think it, but ain't gonna say it.
mhm,
Because women are in that secret competition with each other, right? And then you got some hyenas, women that have the women think collectively, the gynocracy,
mhm.
and they ain't gonna say nothing.
Can I tell you the reason why I won't always say things as a female?
Okay,
Because
this I want to hear.
just like you said, you're mentioning hyenas.
Mhm.
We know, unfortunately, black women have that stigma of being loud, angry,
Yes.
whatever else, right? We have that stigma. So even as a black female approaching another black female and saying, sis, okay, example, what's her name? Monique.
Mm-hmm.
When she's saying about wearing bonnets and on the road, she got backlash for saying
Saying it nice.
exactly nice, nasty, whatever. But
Yeah.
she got backlash to
Mhm.
show other black females this is just not the way. So for me, it's the same thing, because I'm not saying it's always about backlash like that, but if I'm in person with the person's in front of me, I say, sis, like, you're showing too much.
Women hyenas are not your sis. They might resemble your complexion.
Yes,
They ain't your sis.
I get that.
Put in the comments. Ladies, do you agree?
I'm just saying it as in like she's another black female. But I'm just saying, if I address her and say, like, she's going to take it like, who are you to tell me what I'm wearing and blah, blah, blah. So
That's the reason why men don't go for them.
exactly. But
Boss
if
B.
as a black female addressing another black female,
Okay.
I don't think you should really wear that because it brings the wrong attention. She's like, who are you? Move and whatever. We get
Image is key.
Yes, it is. But just like if a man was to tell her that and a woman was to tell her that.
Can't tell women anything, right? I remember, look, let's use KS again, right? Kevin Samuels, right? So he's an image consultant, right? We know image is key. A woman dresses like a that. We know what she's good for. Men, when it comes to smashing, men is low vibration when it comes to smashing. They will smash what's available. That's what they do. Don't mean they're gonna take you seriously. And if you present to me that you work in Magic City strip clubs and you jump around the pole, hey, you can't listen. You can't make that first impression again. So I'm gonna take it how I see it. Don't make a person tell you and show you who they are twice. This is food for thought, free game.
Yes, but it's like, why? Okay, she mentioned that men will fall in love with her body first and her mind never. Well, what do you expect?
Oh yeah, love is love because it's her body.
You're whatever, but you're showing your body.
Mhm.
He ain't thinking, oh yeah, let me see what's inside of you now, apart from what's really inside of you, as in, the cooch. He don't care. He's thinking, I already see what it is with you.
Mm.
I see it. I don't care for if you're intelligent or if you're my type of woman.
Doesn't really matter.
I don't care. I don't look at you as in I will wifey you
Even
anymore.
if you are intelligent, I just care for the body because that's what you present.
Exactly. That's my point.
When you have Kendra G, she was a detractor of Kevin Samuels, right?
Mhm.
She does her Kendra G singles. Now she's understanding about a lot of what the black male spaces in general, are
Mhm.
talking about when it comes to women, modern women particularly. So now she's understanding, and she had her rant recently, and she was saying, "Yo, you women are mean. Men been saying this for years."
Mm.
When you got Rebecca Lynn Pope, the ex dating coach, saying these women are difficult to deal with.
Mhm.
These are some of the things that she spoke of. Yes, she backpedaled of recent. They both have, and they both have understood. Yeah, Rebecca Lynn Pope might pander a little bit because
Mhm.
that her audience is, the same women that she was complaining about. But those very men was the ones, I didn't want to go into it. But I'm
Mhm.
just saying, look, this is what men have to deal with. This is what they got to pick from.
You know what's funny?
Mm.
This is the reason why men are needed in society also, right? Especially like they're needed as in
Mm.
you have children, your children need their father. Just women in general need men because just like she said in the clip, right? Her male friends have said to her, the stuff that you wear or maybe how you act.
Correction, her beta male orbiters, the ones that want
Okay.
to smash.
That's true also,
Yeah.
but they're still telling you
And she ain't
the
listening.
reason. Exactly. So no matter who they are to her, brother, father, uncle, friend, orbiter, whatever, doesn't matter. They're still telling the truth. They're still showing her if you put, your body out there, it's not
Men's
really
only
a
going to
good
want you for your
look.
body. You put your body up, we
Exactly.
want your body.
So for those guys to say that, I'm kind of doubting that they may be.
I'm not. You die. I'm not.
Well, I only say that because it's like they're saying if you're dressing like this, kind of what you expect in it. So,
Sister Shahrazad Ali
mhm,
made the book. And I'll tag that somewhere up there, right? She made that book over 30 years ago,
mhm,
which spoke about some of these things that we're talking about today.
mhm,
It speaks to some of the things that you heard in those videos. She made it over 30 years ago. But it's funny, those things are still relevant till this day. Women got upset. Some simps as well. The hyena males. They got upset about things that she was saying, right?
mhm.
But why are you upset if there's no truth to what she's said? Why are you upset about it?
Well, you wouldn't be.
If what she's saying it's nothing to do with you,
Mhm.
she's just making up. Why am I being upset? Because the damn well truth hurts. Facts.
Exactly. Facts.
That's what I'm saying. What else do you want to add before I close out?
Well, if you're gonna dress in a certain way
Mm.
and you get unwanted attention,
No, they want the
then
attention.
you want you want the attention from certain men. You get unwanted attention constantly from the men that you don't want. You want
Yeah.
attention, yes, but the majority of the time you're getting it from men that you don't want.
Mm.
You will see it as, oh, he's harassing me and he's blah 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 blah, and it's like, well, look how you're dressed. Maybe
Yeah.
you need to. You see, when you looked in the mirror, I thought, yeah, I look good, I look hot, or whatever. You need to readdress that mirror. You need to go back in the mirror and think, first of all, why the hell am I even dressing like this? Because I want attention. Where does it stem from?
Therapy is needed, but I will say that based on what I see all the time, my own experiences, maybe anecdotal, but you have data and stats to back up, marriages relationships is pretty much a joke now. Marriages have gone down. Relationships are a joke.
Dating is a joke.
Men decide to, you got the MGTOW where men go their own way. Men are grabbing their passports. They're dating overseas. Let's say as far as like black men, they're dating different races. We get sign language. When if black men particularly, if we date Becky or Mei Ling, or we date some other culture woman, just like her, was it LeBron James's son, Bronny James, right? He took his snow bunny to, can't remember, he took her somewhere anyway. He got backlash for that, right? But then also Jamie Foxx had his little snow bunny done his thing. They got backlash for that, right? And then you had certain Pan-African people in their communities, people that were pro-blacks, bashing those men for saying, you know what? I'm dating out. I can't tell you the reasons why they did that. Maybe those women were better for them. I don't know. But this is what men today, black men particularly, are doing. We get backlash and sign language for doing that. But it's funny, those same people that are pro-black, right? When it's people like Naomi Campbell, when she had a child late and her sperm donor, which was a white man, it's funny those communities are very quiet then. Her baby is a mixed race baby. And if the sperm is white, the baby is white. If the sperm is black, the baby is black.
I don't think they're going to even know what you're talking about.
Listen,
even though it's very simple what you said.
It's simple, but put in the comments, they will know. But I'm just saying, if basically the male, if the male is white or black, that's who the child comes from. So if the man is black, that the child is black. If the man is white, the child is white.
They're not going to understand
even if the dominant gene, if the black gene is the dominant gene, then no, the baby is white. So I'm saying it's funny that those pro-blacks have a lot to say when it's the men that do it. But when it's the women that do it, like the Naomi Campbells, and I'm not targeting her, I'm just giving an example, they're quiet. you ain't here ish.
Nope.
I'm just saying. So men, if you're not getting what you want and you decide to opt out, you date different culture, even if it's different cultures where they're black, but it's just a different culture. You don't want to date Western modern women, leave. If you need to leave, grab your passport, do that. Some men go to the Dominican Republic, Thailand, wherever they go, and they get a better experience of woman. Fine. Where the supremacy and the matriarch hasn't reached over there, where those women still value its patriarch, they still value their men. If that's what you got to do and grab your passport and go over there and do that, hey, I'm down with you, man. Do that. Because what we have to do now is, particularly I will reach to black men, I'll say, we should take color into consideration last. If the woman is submissive, peaceful, friendly, down, supportive, yada yada yada, feminine energy and a feminine frame, color comes last. I can't say because she resembles my complexion I should get with her or be shamed into someone that's mean to me and the typical stereotypes. I'm not saying all, but I'm saying, is that the option? Is that the next thing that we have to do? What is it? People put in the comments, fellas, where you at? Ladies, how does that make you feel? Me even saying those words without the whole cussing and the sign language and saying what you say. How does that make you feel that this is where males are at today, and particularly black men? How does it make you feel this is where they're at?
Well, how it makes me feel is friggin' sad. Ain't trying to be swearing up, but it's like, for me, I only date black men. That's my preference. That's what I like. I have never dated any other, and that's just my type. I have a type, is black men. Yeah. So for me to watch my black men dating other people, or not even batting an eyelid at me because I am black, it's a bit hurtful. But I understand why.
But do you really understand? I'm not saying you don't, but it's food for thought. Now let me close out with this. Britney Cooper. Now, leave that name up in the air for a second. They say protect black women. Britney Cooper, she compared black men to the Buffalo shooter,
yeah.
the guy that recently done that effed up ish, right? Women, she also blames white supremacy for the weight. But my thing is this: if you see us as a problem, as we're still a threat, and I'll tag what she said, right? If you see us as a threat, are these the women that I'm supposed to be protecting? They rejoiced in Kevin Samuels' death, but followed women like this. Is this who the black man's supposed to protect? Now, some people, some black men might say, she ain't talking about me. Maybe she ain't. Or she said black men. So I got to take it as such.
From when you say black men, just add yourself in there.
Exactly.
Just add yourself in there. It
They
is
rejoice.
what it is there.
They rejoice in KS's death.
Mm-hmm.
But mad love to things that are untrue. That's jacked up.
Mm-hmm.
That's my final thought. People put in the comments, what do you guys think? We got the conversation started.
We did.
Anyways, do you have anything to add?
I'll just say thank you for tuning in.
Yep. And see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace.
Peace.